Now, let's talk about shuffling the cards face up. That's something you don't see a lot of. Some people do it, some people don't. Now what this is, when we talk about shuffling, and we've talked about before, well, how do you know when to stop shuffling? So when you're shuffling like this, whatever form you do, I mean, I use this form, is really a case of, well, when do you get that ding, that thing to stop? Well, some people will shuffle it this way round. And what they'll do is they'll ask the question. So they'll ask what, the client will ask them the question, why don't my parents like my boyfriend? Why don't my parents like my boyfriend? And they will shuffle the deck until they see a card that comes on top, which they think basically is applied to the situation or represents. So the card that they see on top, like this one for example, the card of not very nice, you know, blah blah blah, I get the impression that this is kind of applicable. They don't like the boyfriend, this is not feeling like a good card. So at the point where they see something that registers with making sense or registers with being relevant to the question, they see that as a, oh, okay, yes, this is when to stop. It's starting to make sense. I feel a something there. So with this one, they might put it down like this on the table in the center. And what they decide to do is say, okay, this represents the client's question. Why doesn't my parent like my boyfriend? Well, because I see hard work here, and I'm getting the impression with the X, I'm being drawn to the X, Roman numeral for 10, that he's not a hard worker. The parents don't like him because he's not a hard worker. What's the next card that comes up? Well, they think that he's going to be a dud. He's not going to be responsible in life. They don't see their little girl, that's the little girl, as being with someone like that. They don't want that person. They don't want their little girl, who's represented here, this lovely young girl in their parents' eyes, to be with a dud. They want the girl to be with this champion, this, you know, whatever. They want this knight in shining armor to come in, you know, and they don't want the person that's going to come and eventually break their heart, because he's an idiot. He's an idiot. He will break her heart, they think. They want this knight that's going to be victorious, you know, and she's blind to the truth. You see what I'm doing here? Remember the never-ending story that we told? Well, this is one of those things where it's a technique that actually we could potentially go through the whole deck. You know, there's a lot of cards in this deck. We could be delving deeper and deeper and deeper into the story. And again, as a beginner, there's a lot of emphasis on mastering different tarot spreads and stuff like that, when actually this is a super simple technique. If you think about it, you know, you don't see a lot of people utilizing this technique, and it may even be one of the simplest ways to read tarot. You know, it's a secret. Shh, don't tell anyone. Where you ask a question, you know, whatever that question may be. Am I gonna get the promotion? You know, and you keep doing it until something, you know, this one's resonating with me now. I'm looking, I'm thinking, will I get the promotion? I keep looking, will I get it? I'm looking out for it, I'm waiting. All I'm doing is waiting after I've done this back-breaking work. And then someone comes along, you know, the boss, and they're looking because someone's retiring, and they're looking to fulfill that person's situation, and they've got a lot of candidates, there's a lot of potentials, there's a lot of people that could potentially go through, and the boss, he's not entirely sure which one to go for. There's a couple of candidates, he's actually quite topsy-turvy in his thinking. He hasn't really actually made the decision yet. He's looking for the perfect candidate, of course. But at the moment, he just feels like nothing really is kind of coming out and that really he wants the right candidate, you know, the one that's going to lead the company to victory, but is not happening. Who is coming out? This person, he's stuck. He doesn't know what to make. Why don't you beat your drum? If you see, this person's holding something, and what I think is kind of like a drum, they're beating the drum. You need to draw attention. As the reader, I'm telling the client, you need to draw the attention and beat these people. If you need to be forceful and you need to walk right up to him and say, I need this promotion, I'm good, never mind those other people, they're absolute idiots, then in his eyes, you might be the one. And then it'll be happy times. So there we go, that's another way of reading. It's a super simple way of reading. And that is reading with the cards face up. Again, perhaps it might not look like much, but at the end of the day, remember, tarot cards and tarot reading and divination is all about getting the information. It doesn't matter if you're doing it the way everyone else does it. All that matters is that you get the information and you tell the client what they need to know. So there we go.